Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Natalia and you're watching WildTarot. Today we have a pretty interesting reading. We're going to be finding out what makes you unique. Keep in mind this is collective reading, so you're going to fall into one of these collectives. I will use my remote viewing today, so I will try to get details for a couple of you within your piles, but again, this is a collective reading, but it is about basically the essence. Might give you some hints into really tuning in on what makes you so special. Okay, for pile 1, we have the Ram, Sacramento, California. And the matches in here are actually gold, which is super cool. And we will be using candles today, so we'll be lighting your candles. It'll be like a candle reading plus tarot. We're going to be using the flame to get a little bit of remote viewing details, and we're going to be lighting your candle with these matches. For pile number 2, we have the limelight, and we have these beautiful matches in here. This is from somebody collected these over the years. I just bought them at a yard sale, honestly, but it's a super cool collection, so that I will try to bring them out sometimes. This is for pile number 3, Charlie's Sunny Side. All right, I'll give you guys some time, and I'll see you in your piles. Bye. Hi, pile number 1. You chose the Ram. We have these super cool gold matches, and we have your candle ready. I will say, when I was getting ready for this pile, the movie House Bunny came to mind, so maybe just watch that movie. Maybe there's something in there for you. Honestly, it's a really cool movie, one of my favorite movies. I 100% recommend it. Perhaps you have that kind of vibe. So let's go ahead and light your candle. Whew. Okay, Spirit, help me tune into pile number 1 and get the messages that they need. Messages that they need to hear. I'm seeing the color, it's like an indigo. Perhaps you resonate with being an indigo child. Perhaps you have a child who's an indigo child. These characteristics are pretty unique. I actually want to look up specifically indigo child. Give me a second. Echo, what's an indigo child?
An indigo child is a New Age idea describing children born after the 1970s who supposedly have special, intuitive, or spiritual abilities, often linked to an indigo blue aura. The concept originated with
Stop. Okay, so an indigo child, we're talking about someone that's very intuitive, so it would make sense as to why you found my channel. Thank you so much for being here, by the way. So what makes you unique? What makes you special? I think you're more of a I think your uniqueness, it's very gentle. It comes straight from the soul. If we're looking at the body and the 5 bodies, it almost bypasses the heart, and it goes straight into the spiritual body. It's something very innocent. There's like a childlike nature. I understand why House Bunny actually came to mind. The main character in House Bunny, she, some people might call her like naive or gullible, but the truth is that she believes in the best of people. She sees the best in people. Now we would say something like, this could be somebody that falls in love with the potential of people, perhaps not like the blueprints of a home, rather than making the purchase as is. You're falling in love with the idea of what something could be. When it comes to creativity and design, this is an amazing skill to have. You can see the value in something where no one else would be able to imagine what that looks like, and you almost see the transformation already done in your brain. So it's easy for you to bring ideas to life because you're breathing life into these places. I think the people around you are definitely aware that you're able to do this, and I also see though that, and I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I want to make sure that we are saying all the amazing, beautiful things about you, but also exploring what that might look like when it's out of balance. And remember, balance is different for everybody. Your way of balancing something might look completely different or be an excess to someone else. That is very, very personal. So make sure you keep that in mind. If kept out of balance, you would be attracted to the potential of someone, what they could be or what they will be in the future. Again, everybody has free will, and we should never mess with anybody's free will. So when it comes to people, this could get you into trouble sometimes, maybe stuck on the wrong person, or a person who's not yet ready to be someone you need to have or is beneficial for you to have in your life. Again, with keeping in mind your decision to choose the ram and how unique these matches are. I have actually never seen gold matches. Perhaps you have, but I have not. And I think that shows how outwardly you can see how special you are. It looks like that life that you breathe into your projects, your designs, your home, your wardrobe. Perhaps this is something that shows outwardly. So you're definitely bringing the ideas that you have in your soul, in your brain, in your body. You're translating them onto this physical realm, and it's something that people catch on to pretty quick. Perhaps you're into sports, or you have a very athletic build. And athletic, it depends on the sports that you play. You can have really powerful legs. You can have really powerful arms, upper body, shoulders. But it looks like there's power here in the body, or you look athletic. You look like you could, like you take care of yourself. You take care of your body. You look like there is some strength in your physical body. I think a lot of people might see you as pretty innocent, like the halo effect, perhaps. But I think there's a whole lot of thought that you put into the things that you do, the spaces that you're in, and the words that you say. I don't think people catch on to this, but I think you enjoy that part. I think you enjoy being someone who catches people off guard, someone who surprises people. Perhaps they think that you can't be this perfect, because I think you're pretty attractive. People are attracted to you. I'm also seeing like a tornado. There's air in cycles. Tell me, Spirit, what do you mean by the tornado? Oh, you take things by storm. Okay, so your energy is definitely noticed. When you walk into a room, you can feel how now things revolve around you. You can feel how important you are, how powerful you are. Perhaps people don't know this is what's going on, but your energy is definitely felt. I'm sure that intimidates some people, but this reading's not about them. It's about you. So yeah, it could disturb the peace of other people because they feel outshined, or they feel like their light is now not shining as much because now a bigger flame has walked into the room. But you can never take away anybody's spark. They take it away from themselves. That's not something that you have to concern yourself with, and that's not something that you should really worry about because it has absolutely nothing to do with you. It is personal to them, and they're just it's energy being bounced back to them, data for them to catch on to. Perhaps people do see you and might treat you a specific way because of the way that you shine. But the quicker and the deeper that you can learn the lesson that this has absolutely nothing to do with you, like you shouldn't change anything about yourself because someone feels less than when you're around, just because of your presence, just because of your energy. That is data for them to take a closer look at what's going on there. And it's a gift. It's a gift for you to walk into these spaces and have people question themselves, for them to see that they are worthy regardless of whether you're there or not, regardless of whether someone like you walks into the room. They need to work on their self-worth. So I do think you shake some people, and they see this gentleness that you have, and mistake it for naive for you being naive, but you're not. There is wisdom in the trust that you have, in the projects that you carry through, and the things that you create. There is wisdom there. There is the divine is definitely working through you in those spaces, in those things. You are able to transform a whole lot of things, and perhaps you are a light worker, and that's why you're able to when someone has this specific energy towards you, and it's like in actions or spoken or just energy, most of the time you're able to transform this into something positive or motivation, and what shoots out, say, from inside you is actually now been transformed, or you use it to create something else. So you're transmuting this energy, and that is a gift. That is beautiful. Make sure that you remember that you are someone who can do something like this, or perhaps trigger some people with just your energy. So it is important that you cleanse yourself, that you meditate, that you remember that you are important and you deserve love and you deserve peace. So the more you can gear towards spaces that support you rather than continue to put you in challenging positions. We can't avoid all challenges, but we can avoid some challenges that we have no business being in. So it's important that you honor your gifts, but it's also important that you honor your body and you honor your well-being. So remember that. Spirit, what makes pile 1 special? I'm seeing a third eye very clearly. You can see things. You can see through people. You can see where perhaps they're falling short. You can see what might help them improve their lives. And this is something that is really hard to have, because if you've had this since you were little, perhaps this is something that you were pretty open about sharing your gifts like this, just being overly honest. And some people might have not received that in the best way. Adults, parents, kids around you, they're just were not ready for that kind of honesty. And there is adjustments. My throat chakras. Let me just drink some water. There could have been some adjustments that you did when you were younger to understand that honesty without kindness could be really hurtful for that other person. And I think you did learn this the hard way. I think that you, as a child, didn't really understand why it might have been a little isolating. It might have been lonely to see the truth so clearly and not be able to share it with anyone, because if you did, there might have been some harmful situations that you might have experienced. And to those of you that did experience any of those harmful or ABU I can't spell, like abusive relationships or anything like that, I'm sending you a lot of love and a lot of healing. This gift, because it is a gift, this gift that you were given, perhaps when you were younger, it felt more like something that was keeping, like, holding you down, keeping you from being like everybody else. But I think that you're starting to see the beauty and the magnitude of this kind of gift. I think it's helped you beautify, I don't think that's a word, beautification, I think I'm making up words, but I think it helped you create a beautiful life for yourself, beautiful spaces where you feel enriched is the word that comes that is being told to me. Enrichment, beautiful spaces in which your senses really feel at peace. And maybe you are also a pretty sensitive person, and sensitive is not a bad thing at all. I know people use it as an insult, but it's actually the way that you're able to understand data and be like translate it into words. So if you're a highly sensitive person, it could be through touch, like soft touches, hard touches, specific material, certain scents, certain sounds, things like that. Take a closer look at that. Try to see if this is something that it's trying to tell you that you can read the information, or how can you begin to read that information. If there's something that feels uncomfortable to your body, pay attention to your body. It's trying to tell you something. How can you change this? What can you do? And you are, again, I feel like you're the person that when you know the truth, you can't unknow that truth. So find a way to use that beautiful brain of yours to explain how you need something changed, or what you need changed in order for your body to start being at peace, so you can find that grounded center and you can dissect information, understand where it's coming from, what it means, and how what is it asking you to do, rather than just feel uncomfortable all the time. Learn to understand where it's coming from, so you can see where it needs to go, how you can direct this energy, this whatever it is that your body is trying to tell you. All right, pile number one, we're gonna get a couple of cards we're gonna put your candle right here. Let me make sure it's still in frame. Yep. And we're gonna get a couple of tarot cards to see if we can get any physical attributes. All right, I'm just gonna shuffle these really quick for you guys. All right, Spirit, can we get some physical attributes as to what makes pile one so special, so unique? 3 cards, please, Spirit. What makes pile one so special, so unique? 1 more card, please, Spirit. Bam. All right, perhaps you are perhaps you are a more dark-skinned kind of baddie. I'm seeing that. It looks beautiful. I think people really feel drawn to your skin. It might be almost like a golden shade. It looks almost like shiny, very beautiful skin. Your legs is definitely something that people feel drawn to, that is pretty special about you. The way that you walk seems to be something that it's pretty alluring. People feel drawn to it. Very much your legs. You might be tall. Looks like your legs is something that people are really drawn to. They definitely, maybe you're tall or short, but your legs are something that is pretty alluring. You might wear more like shorts or skirts. Even if you're a man, then you might wear like just shorter shorts, and people think that looks really good on you. It's pretty unique, and it works. Your arms, it looks like your extremities are something that people are really like. Again, I think it's that sporty look, athletic build sort of thing. Thinking like swimmer's body. You have to have a specific kind of body for different sports. It's not just like, oh, you look athletic and it's just like one look. There's different ways. Like if you're a swimmer, your torso has to be longer and your arms have to be really long, and it has to be like, it just helps you swim faster. But if you're a runner, then your legs have to be, you know what I mean? So it's there's different things, but people overall think you look pretty athletic, or like you take care of your body, or you're strong, or like you do some sports. I'm seeing that people really like the way that you dress. It's pretty unique. The way that you put outfits together. You might really touch on the absurdity of like gender conformity. So if you're female presenting, then you sometimes wear like masculine clothing, and if you're masculine presenting, then you wear more of a feminine clothing, and it really works for you. I think it kind of shows how smart and how confident you are in yourself and your ability to bring something to life and really balance those two energies in your outward look. Perhaps your personality is also something that shows these two, the balance that you have created within self of the yin and yang energy and how it dances together. And people perhaps are not able to put that into words, but you can definitely see that you have these two energies working together to create this image of you, as well as your personality. Perhaps you have you have short hair, like a pixie cut, or if you're a man, then it's more like shoulder, like right above your shoulders. It look like it really works. I think people feel pretty drawn to it if you have maybe a different color hair, seeing like pink, purple, like lilac. That's super cool. I think people really like that. It looks almost like a crown on you, like you've been crowned. Perhaps you look almost like a fairy. Perhaps people have told you you look like a fairy. I think the way that you're able to put things together is really beautiful. There's something very natural about you as well. It could be the materials in your clothing. It could be perhaps you don't wear too much makeup. Perhaps your body is just more on the natural side. Perhaps you're not very, you don't do like sports or work out often. It's just your body looks just very natural. Okay, so we're gonna get some guidance for you guys, and today, yeah, I think I'm gonna do messages from her. Baby, that's you. Gonna shuffle these for you guys. The song, it goes like, baby, it's you, you're the one I want, you're the one I need. Dude, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm supposing it's called Baby It's You. I don't know. But that one's coming to mind right now. It's actually pretty stuck in my head. Perhaps you get like like when people see you, they're mesmerized by you, like by your beauty, and they might just get a little stuck on you, like one of those like jingles, and you bring joy to people's lives. I think people are like feel joyful when they see you. They want to hang out with you. They want to create bonds with you. They want to go out and have fun with you. You're responsible in your work life, but you definitely have that balance of having a good time, and then when it's time to work, you work. Like, you have a great attitude about your work, and you definitely know how to have fun, and people want to go out with you and have fun. Even if they're just friends of yours, they want to go out and have fun with you. Okay, Spirit, can we get some closing messages for pile 1 about what makes them unique, what makes them shine? Get some messages, perhaps some guidance for pile 1, Spirit. some guidance. Posting guidance for adventure. Okay, this is a perfect representation of like work hard, play hard, because this is a person who is doing some badass shit, and she's so iconic. Everybody knows who she is. Everybody knows Amelia Earhart. I don't know how to pronounce her name properly, but I definitely know who she is. And she's a freaking pilot. Like, are you kidding me? That is insane. That's so cool. And on top of that, she's about her work. But you know she likes adventure. But she is about her work. Her work is so important to her. Oh my god, this thing was in here. I gotta put this over here. Do we have... Let me find this for you guys. Amelia Earhart. Maybe it's you. Okay. Adventure is worthwhile in itself. Meaning, adventure. Get out of your comfort zone. Change your scenery. Let yourself have an unexpected adventure. Remember that planning only goes so far, and your spirit and mind need to be regularly surprised to continue growing and evolving. You need to see things outside of your norm and everyday life to be in connection with the greater world. When you expose yourself to more of the universe, you build greater compassion and understanding of our shared human experience. Be sure to take risks and leap into experiences of which you have no idea of the outcome. You're also being called to question your definition of what is worthwhile and productive. Don't get caught up in the idea that work is the only way to live. Ha! There are many facets to your humanity, and each is deserving of your attention. All right. Let's read. Here we go. After that transatlantic flight, she was a household name. She began to write books about her adventures and travels across the country to share aviation information and advocate for women's equality. She ushered in public support for passenger airlines by showing that flying was for everyone, not just daredevils. For years, she worked tirelessly to break barriers for women in aeronautics. In addition to working to change global perception of women and their capabilities. In 1937, Amelia Earhart mysteriously disappeared on her first circumnavigation flight around the earth, but has been a treasure and mainstay in world culture ever since. Thank you to this courageous lady of many firsts for sweeping the skies and imaginations of millions both during and after her lifetime. Adventure is worthwhile in itself. Do it for the plot. If do it for the plot was a person. All right, you know what? Let's get a magical message from the universe. These are just so beautiful. And we'll close with the magical messages. I also want to point out how Amelia Earhart saying that, flying is for everyone. Women are capable of doing these things. This was like, to her, it really was just a norm. This is normal. Like, why are we making it such a big deal? This is how the world should be. And like now, life is like that. Like she really saw the potential of what something could be, and was questioning as to why it's not already like that. Why aren't we already doing this, guys? So she put her her money where her mouth is, quote unquote, and she did the work, and she is literally still a household name. So she was a badass. All right, Spirit, can we get some magical messages from the universe to pile 1? Look, she has wings. She's a fairy. Wow. Don't waste time watching others live how you want. It's your turn now to dance. Oh my God, I love that. So perhaps you've been more on this work, and now it's time to go out and have fun. You know how to do it. You know how to do this. Go out, go dancing. Let your body express itself through joy. All right, Palawan, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I am super grateful that you're here. If you liked the message and it resonated with you, please leave me a like or a comment. It really is a beautiful exchange of energy between you and I. And it really helps my channel grow and get this video out to other people who it might be helpful for. Thank you again for your presence. Thank you again for your energy. Thank you again for being here. And I cannot wait to see you again soon. Bye, Pal1. Hi, Pal number 2. You chose the Limelight with these greenish, bluish matches. So let's find out what makes you unique. What makes you shine, Pal number 2. I'm seeing very clearly like the face of, if you guys have seen the movie Inside Out, the what emotion is she? I want to say she's like disgust, and she's like ew, you know what I mean? Like, and she's just so, the way she's dressed is like so cool. Perhaps you're a Virgo. I'm getting like Virgo energy. You know, she's super well put together. I don't think you're like judging other people, but there's definitely you might get the ick from other people often. I'm just seeing her go ew. But it's not something that happens towards you. It's more something that it's like your energy. You do this. You are let's say you're the one saying like ill to like things or food, or you're just very selective. I don't want to say picky, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with knowing what you want and going after it. I think people have tried to shame other people for being so sure about who they are, but it's more about knowing who you are, what you like, and being determined to obtain it. There's really no question about it. You just know that you will obtain it, because why wouldn't you? It's already yours. Why wouldn't you? You apply yourself, and you're capable, and you're smart. Strategic is actually the word that I'm hearing. You're super smart. I think your mental body, it's very impressive. I think that's what makes you so special, so unique. Not the only attribute, but one of the ones that stand out to people the most is your mental body. I think people sometimes might go or spend a lot of energy trying to impress you. I think you're pretty hard to impress. I do think they're going about it in the wrong way, which is what you can see right through, and it's really just kind of not that interesting for you. Doesn't really, you know, do anything for you. It's just something that you know that happens with you, that people do, and you don't really internalize it as oh, this is something that makes me feel like this is a feeling that I want, that I need for people to try to impress me. No, it's just oftentimes they're doing it wrong anyways. Just getting some water. I feel your energy, and I actually kind of like it. It's very straightforward. It's very direct. You don't really waste people's time. So you just kind of tell them what it is that you're feeling, what it is that you're thinking. And they can take it or leave it. They can, you know, stay in your life or try to change. or not, you really don't lose anything. You have yourself, and you're very capable, and you're very self-assured, and you feel like you don't really need anybody to come and impress you. Does your heart want someone that understands it, someone that will take care of it, someone that will be there to hold you at night? Absolutely. Everybody wants love. Someone that says that they don't want love, they're just not being honest with themselves. We're human beings. We're designed for connection and love and appreciation of others' qualities. I just don't think that most people are that impressive to you. I think you are so capable, and I do think that because you are so smart and perhaps strategic, and what it could turn to a point where you are perhaps you get stuck in repetitive thought patterns. You could think to if we were to focus on finding a balance to things in the mental body, you sometimes might, and again, it's important to hear the good things about ourselves and how those things, when they're out of balance, might how they might show up in our lives. So for you, sometimes, some of you, it looks like you start heading into using your power to then be harmful to you. Perhaps over analyzing, perhaps turning this high achieving quality that you have, and then making it a block for yourself because you are looking for perfection. It's really hard to be perfect all the time, not sustainable, and quite harmful, honestly, to your physical health, to your emotional well-being. Sometimes something like that might come from having really parents who kind of expect a lot from you. Usually it's because they see your value as something that needs to be outwardly represented for them to feel some kind of validation within themselves. And that's a lot of pressure for a kid. So I will say, if this is something that some of you might have struggled with or still struggle with to this day, I want to make sure that you know that you do not need to perform for love. You are worthy of love. And if you were to ask your best friend or someone who you know has been able to show you that real, true, unconditional love, ask them, how hard is it to love you? And they'll say, it's not hard to love you at all. It's so easy to love you. You don't need to perform. You don't need to show up perfectly every time. You're a human being who deserves kindness, gentleness, forgiveness for some. Do keep that in mind. There is nothing wrong with having boundaries, but it is sometimes important to be softening inside, so that if someone does get past these boundaries that you've built, you're able to receive them with the truth of you, with the gentleness of you, with the kindness of you. Don't allow these boundaries to be the end of the maze. That's just what's protecting the I'm thinking of like Harry Potter when they're doing the games and that maze, and it's like they're supposed to get the cup, but they end up somewhere else entirely because it's like it's been enchanted or whatever. It's important for you to find value in your vulnerability, because that is such a beautiful part of who you are, and the people that have gotten a chance to experience it will tell you that it made them see you as that much more strong, that much more valuable, that much more beautiful, because it was such a beautiful representation of your soul. And it's important for our soul to shine through in those moments of safety with the people that we find could hold that space for us. I'm finding myself like I'm trying to be really careful with the words that I say, and I have struggled with this in the past. I no longer struggle with this. It kind of does interfere with your throat chakra, and there might be some truths that you're keeping to yourself that kind of make you super cautious. Perhaps it's for survival, or perhaps it's just because it's hard for you to express yourself, express your truth, express your vulnerability. But try to work on some of those things. That hesitation that you feel when speaking, it is important to be able to communicate properly, 100%. That's very important. But it's also important to be able to communicate honestly and from the heart. And if every single time that you're expressing yourself, it has to be filtered through the brain, you're gonna miss a whole lot of words that your heart is trying to say, and your brain's trying to make it digestible or commercial or easy for the other person to understand. If they understand or don't understand, that's kind of their problem. You are pretty badass in who you are. Honestly, like, you're my type of peoples, to be honest. I know I have a lot of friends that are very much like this, and they're very impressive people. I admire them a lot, and I do. Every time that they're vulnerable, it honestly just makes me love them even more. Such a beautiful being. It's like magic, a magical being. So don't think that these are bad things about yourself. These are actually really, really, really beautiful, wholesome things about yourself. To be vulnerable and to show kindness to others, and to show up authentically. And if people judge you, people judge you. I mean, it's really none of your business. It got nothing to do with you. That's their problem. So we're going to get some physical attributes. We're going to put your candle right here. Matchbook right here. I'm suddenly very aware of, like, are these straight? But to be honest, I have worked on myself on my perfectionism. And I don't really, people see me the way they want to see me. That's really none of my business. So if it bothers you, I'm sorry. I can try to check for you. It looks kind of straight to me. Okay. All right. Spirit, can we please get some tells of what is a physical attribute of pile number 2 that is special, that is unique, that is something that people admire, something that they should be made aware of about themselves, that people are very much aware of. All right. Spirit, what are some physical attributes about pile 2 that make them unique and special? Ah! Oh my god. I didn't even see the 10 of Cups behind. Ah. Okay. Some physical attributes. I actually do think a lot of you guys are earth signs, or perhaps your moon is in an earth sign, so Virgo, Oh, it's Virgo, Capricorn, and don't hate me if I can't remember what the other ones are. Taurus. Yes. Okay. With the King of Pentacles, I do think you're a very stable person. I think you have it very much together. Your material world is accounted for. Your material world is something that you take a lot of pride in, and it's something that you have worked very hard to. Look at me, I'm stacking my cards, dude. I don't even do that. Okay. Yeah, that's very much you. You like things to look the way that they need to look. It brings a peace to you, and it is a part of who you are. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. When it becomes a challenge is when it's keeping you from the dreams and desires that you have, from the dreams and the desires. Interesting. I felt my throat like there was like almost like an itching in my throat, and then it started closing on me. Very interesting. I do think for this group specifically, look into throat chakra blockages and how those might show up in your life, like symptoms, let's say. We have 5 bodies. There's the energetic body, the physical body, mental body. Is energetic, physical, emotional, and spiritual. I do believe there's some sort of blockage. It's showing up as an energetic blockage in your throat chakra, but it might be stemming from, it could be something emotional, it could be something spiritual. I do think it's related to the heart for sure. There's some sort of let's say the connection is it's not properly getting information from your heart chakra. Bro, why? I'm really trying to get this out there. I'm like burping. My throat chakra be closing. Do look into that. It's so important for your truth to be out in the world. You are a part of this world, therefore you are valuable. A lot of things had to conspire in order for you to be here. So do remember that you're very valuable, and your truth is valuable. Your feelings are valuable. They're worth hearing. If you've been holding back from expressing yourself to someone, especially if it's something beautiful that your heart has created for them, and you've been holding back, if you believe that this is a safe person and it's just your fear of vulnerability, try to see if you can do some exercises in order to be able to express your truth. It might help with the blockage that you have right now. So it might be hard for you to have conversations with people at this time, or you might find yourself like lying about random details that really have absolutely nothing. There's no weight to them. You're just kind of adding this heaviness of the lie onto something that it just wasn't there before. It was irrelevant, really not an important detail that it looks like once it came out of your mouth, it was more like it's been distorted. So if you're interested in how or where this issue is coming from, explore the throat chakra, and then look into symptoms, and then figure out where these symptoms are, how these symptoms are showing up in your life. And I would work backwards to see specifically where, okay, I'm feeling there's some anxiety. It's anxious. I'm feeling anxious. I feel the tingling in my body. That usually is how anxiety shows up for me. That might be the same for you, but I can feel it. Okay, sometimes, yeah, Spirit's just gonna use this time to get you a message. So if if the blockage is a throat chakra blockage and the misconnection with your heart, I am feeling the anxiety. It might be also your sacral chakra, your feelings, how your heart is processing the feelings. Your sacral chakra might have some information for you as well. I want to get you this message that Spirit's really hoping to get your attention on here. It looks like it's something that you might not want to see because from what you have seen so far, it looks a little scary. The situation looks a little scary, but you don't have all the information. And I'm not saying go out there and find all this information so you can make a decision on this. What I am saying, though, is that if you shine a little bit of light, if you shine light in that darkness, you're going to be able to see that those fears are actually just illusions. They're not, there might be coming. There's like this spider, this like little spider, the smallest spider you've ever seen, that just came down to join our reading. Hello. You might have tried to dive into your emotions, and they might have been something that you felt you might drown in. But it looks like being stuck in indecision is something that it's now holding you back from a very real, very soon to become victory for you. Like, you know how people might already admire you and it really doesn't move you because it's not the vulnerable part of you that is being admired, that you actually find to be quite beautiful, and you've been safeguarding this whole time. That is something that you very much have a say in, and it's something that is beautiful, and people would be inspired by how emotionally deep you are. Like, I don't think many people know how actually deep you are, and it's something that it's beautiful. Like, it is, that is where your light is coming from, your emotions, that really big beautiful heart that you have. And I know that perhaps in the past there's been things that have scared you from diving deep into your emotions. You are a deep person. I mean, you just are. You just are. There's no wanting to change that. It's like wanting to exchange a beautiful gift that was given to you. Feeling deep sadness is one side of the coin, because on the other side there is feeling deep joy. And you have this ability to do this. You've already felt what the deep sadness is. You've already felt the pain, and there's definitely ways to be able to transmute this energy that you're getting from the deepness of your heart. There, you can do it in small doses when you're ready. Ground yourself. There's meditation, there's physical activities that can put you in a flow, where you can really transmute this energy by grounding yourself and then letting your body feel the emotions, like microdose. I can't ever say that word. Microdosing. And trying to transmute this energy slowly. It's a process. Nobody's perfect, but you have this ability, and you felt the the deep sadness, why can't you just allow yourself to feel the deep joy? Based on the very true and very real badass that you already are. It's like giving yourself permission to feel joy, giving yourself permission to have good things, giving yourself permission to believe that you deserve the beautiful things in life too. The emotionally beautiful things in life. Because I do think materially, like, you like your space a specific way, and it looks freaking sick, dude. It looks awesome. It looks like very much you. Like, if you're in the process of making your space your own, I do see it like being a very beautiful space for you. I do see that you will have that. If you're working on that right now, I do see you achieving that. But when it comes to this deep joy that your heart is telling you that it has the capacity to feel, and it's ready to feel those things, I think if you start allowing your heart to practice those vulnerable moments, those moments of truth, just to, see what happens with this person that makes you feel kind of safe. Don't stay in something because you think that they might be a safe person, so maybe someday you might share something vulnerable with them, and then spend all your time not taking that next step, and it's almost like self-sabotaging, because you're like not telling this person that those vulnerable feelings that you want to share, that are like on the tip of your tongue, for fear that they might leave. But you are not even pleased fully when they're there, because they don't know this other part of you. They don't know that, like, so be the badass person that you are. And you became this badass by having these systems in place and following them to a T, but life is not always like that, and you're not always like that. And that's important too. You're important. Your feelings are important. Your thoughts, your needs, your wants, those are important. Some physical attributes that I'm seeing is definitely you dress to impress yourself. And I think it definitely works. I think it looks freaking awesome. You are pretty unique in the way that you dress, and it freaking works. It looks so good. You are more focused on, like, you know how to, like, have fun, dress it down, or look. The energy that you're trying to portray through the way that you dress, it's definitely coming out the way that you intend. So, at work, if you're trying to look more clean cut and you're trying to portray this image of intelligence and composure and kind of like, don't fuck with me, you can definitely see that through the way that you dress, and it looks freaking awesome. When you're trying to have a good time, you can definitely see that as well, and it definitely shows that you're ready to have a little fun that night. All right, Pal 2, let's get from this deck messages from her. We're gonna see maybe a little bit into your personality. What is something that makes you shine? What is unique about you? Or perhaps just another message from Spirit. All right, Spirit. For pile number 2, what is something that makes them shine? What makes them unique? The green is strong in this pile for sure. It's you, your essence, your being. Let me read you what this says. So Spirit really wants to come through and remind you, you are wonderful, amazing, gorgeous, brilliant, unique, clever for sure, sacred, adorable, bold, awesome, growing, resilient, courageous, determined, powerful, miraculous. You can be all these things. You can be powerful, but you can also be adorable. You can be determined, but you can also be sacred. This is just, you're a complex human being, and that is beautiful. So realize that all these things make you you, and all these things that make you you are valuable and important. Lately, you might have forgotten how wonderful you are. You're a miracle of life itself. You're full of your own wisdom, triumphs, tribulations, and magic. How can you make time to celebrate yourself today? Can you slow down, take a couple of breaths, and acknowledge how far you've come? Give yourself a hug or some other expression of self-love and care. You matter so much in the balance of the whole world. We are lucky to have you here. Remember, you are a miracle. Never let anyone else or yourself on a low day convince you otherwise. Your body hears how you talk about yourself. Your heart feels the way you think about yourself. Your soul hears how you imagine yourself. Create a habit of choosing great thoughts about yourself. Become a master of speaking lovely to yourself. Questions to your journal or ponder. Questions to journal or ponder. Where were you born? What do you love about the place and people you come from? What were your favorite or defining qualities of yourself as a young child? Are those qualities still alive in you? What are your greatest accomplishments so far? Against what odds have you triumphed? What are your favorite qualities of yourself? What is one loving thing you can tell yourself every day? What is one thing that excites you about the future of your life? What mark would you like to leave on the world? I'm gonna leave this up close if you guys want to screenshot these questions for another journaling moment for yourself. I think this is a good place to start. If you don't know how to target, how to implement these things and be happy about being all these things at once. Perhaps these questions are something that will allow you to dive deeper and start discovering all these beautiful things about yourself and how you can be vulnerable in writing. Perhaps you're really good at expressing yourself through writing, and now you just need to turn it inward and see what these questions might have to show you about yourself. All right, pile number 2, we're gonna finish up with some magic messages from the universe. Spirit really kind of took over this one. They really wanted to. 10 of Cups is the happiest, most emotional fulfillment that you can have on the tarot deck. And it's telling you that it's something that you possess this. You have this ability to have this, to be this, to feel this. You don't keep this from yourself. You deserve it. You deserve things that are as wonderful as you. I'm gonna shuffle this one more time. I lost a little spider that was here. It was kind of cool. It was like orange, and it was so small, like you could see through it because it was so tiny. Oh, found it. It's actually higher. I think that, I don't know what it's doing. All right. Magical messages from the universe. Spirit, can I have a magical message from the universe to pile 2, please? Magical message from the universe to pile 2. Don't waste time watching others live how you want. It's your turn now to dance. This card actually came out for pile 1, and it's so, this, you guys are in that same energy of being ready to go out there. And I know that we're about to step into Leo season at the time that I'm filming this. Perhaps it's time to go out there and embrace your uniqueness, embrace this beautiful, wonderful you, and have a good time. Be lighter for a moment and really feel into that lightness. Feel your soul dance, and then expression of the body through an act like dancing. That's freeing. I'm gonna put this right here with your 10 of Cups. It's your turn now to dance. All right, pile 2. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really grateful that you guys are here. I'm sending you so much love, so much healing, so much understanding, so much wisdom. I'm really grateful for you. You have amazing things currently and in your future. And people are very, very lucky to have you around. Please don't forget that. I'm very lucky to have you guys here today. All right, if you guys like this reading, please leave me a like or a comment if it resonated with you. If you'd like to see other topics, please leave them in the comments. I'd love to read what else you'd like to see from me. All right, pile number 2. Until next time, bye. All right, pile 3. This is your it's gonna be your reading. So you chose the Charlie's Sunnyside matchbook. This is what it looks like on the inside, and this is excellent I cannot say that word. I'm so sorry, guys. Cuisine. Oh my god, yes I can. Ha ha ha. All right. So we're gonna start with candle reading, more of a flame reading. And then if the energy resonates with you, like if you're listening to the first part of this reading and it's confusing and you don't really feel like it fits for you, then this is definitely not your pile. Sorry, I took a drink of water. Feel free to look at the other piles and see if you feel a connection to the matchbook. If you don't, then this reading might not be for you this time. But what it does mean is that perhaps in the future there might be the same topic that hopefully there's other videos on there about the same topic that you might resonate with. Feel free to check out the other videos. Perhaps there's something there for you. But for everybody else who does resonate with the first energy of this reading, yeah, we'll do an energy check, and then we'll go ahead and get into the messages. We'll finish up with some guidance. We're actually going to be using this deck. It's called Messages from Her, and it has all these baddies on there, and we're going to be checking out a magical message from the universe, from my favorite deck. So all right, let's see how this goes. All right, pile 3. The question is, what makes you unique? So what I'm seeing is, it looks like you had a pretty rough early years. I wouldn't say it. I'm not really focusing on baby, toddler, infant sort of situation. This is looking more like 12 to like perhaps 16, somewhere in that area. And it kind of caused you to turn your back on a lot of people. I can't tell if it's something perhaps that you did or perhaps something that other people did onto you. But whatever this was, wherever the energy came from, it looks like it really kind of opened you up emotionally. And it doesn't look like it was just like one thing. I would say it's more like an era situation. And you tried to flow with wherever the universe was trying to lead you to, but it seems like it's pretty different than the average Joe. I don't like saying that, but that's kind of what came to mind. That's not really like the vocabulary that I have. But it seems true that you've had a lot of you've had some pretty if there were to be obstacles, physical obstacles, they would be pretty high obstacles. And you might not be the highest jumper, but you are incredibly smart. So these kind of obstacles, if you couldn't jump over them, you'd find a way to get around. And it looks like most of the time these obstacles were pretty high. Now, this situation or whatever era that happened in, I would say like your teens, broke you open in a way that it exposed a pretty vulnerable part of you. And these events were perhaps so consecutive, or perhaps it was just one event, but it was pretty intense, that you kind of got to see the truth of your heart and your emotions, your emotional body, how your heart talks to you, how it breaks and how it transforms and how it builds back up. I want to send you a big hug and a lot of love your way, Pile 3. It's not hard to love you. So I'm really seeing more of a solitary kind of person, not because you like that was your first choice, but it looks like it's something that you had to do out of safety, not just in the home, but perhaps like outside of the home as well. Being solitary is something that has felt more safe than engaging in the dance that is human connection, because your heart is so open and it was exposed from its outer shell, let's say. It looks like people might have done a number on you, Pile 3. I don't think that you are in this energy of defenseless kind of thing. I actually believe that, I don't want to offend anybody by saying that, you know, what happened to you before was a good thing or anything like that. But what I do want to say is the experiences that you had, even though they were traumatic or heartbreaking, these experiences and I think you might agree with this, is what has helped you become a better person, become a better human being, be able to show up for others, be able to feel compassion for others, be able to support other people, but most importantly, learning how to support yourself. I don't think you're this defenseless younger individual anymore. I think that you created perhaps a pretty hard shell to hold that compassion, and you have over the years been able to create spaces for you that feel safe and comfortable, develop relationships with people who feel safe and comfortable. I feel like it sounded like I said uncomfortable. Perhaps some uncomfortable ones too, but you've learned from those. That's the thing. You don't let things like take you out. You make sure that whatever happens it is a lesson that you then transform into energy, into changes in your life, into momentum, into action. The energy that is sent your way, your being transforms that energy, and the energy that comes back out, more often than not, we're not perfect, nor should you try to be, but more often than not, the energy that comes out has been transformed, has been changed into this lighter energy, even though the energy that was sent your way was not light at all. There is this I don't remember what teachings it's from, but the idea of someone shooting an arrow towards you, and I believe it's like they were asking this person like, how are you able to survive these arrows or something like that. And basically what this person was saying is that they have had transformed the arrows into roses or flowers, and upon impact, or really when the connection was made, it was more of like there was gentleness to it, there was kindness to it, even though the energy sent this person's way was not of a rose or a flower. It was an arrow meant to hurt, meant to take, meant to diminish something. And this person was able to transform that into now something beautiful, a kindness, a compassion. And I'm not saying that you're the type of person that someone does you wrong and you're gonna someone slaps you and you turn the other cheek. That's not what I'm saying. Excuse me. What I'm saying is that you have the capability, because of this developed skill, that you perhaps in the beginning it was unconscious, but now you are conscious of this. The moment that the energy reaches your body, you're able to take that energy and transform it into power, into change, into betterment. And it has nothing to do with the other person, though it could. If you wanted to react with kindness, have the power to be in your power and still respond with kindness while still having pretty sharp boundaries up. But it's not something that I'm saying like, oh, you're that's the energy you have to be in 100% of the time. What I'm saying is you have the capability to read a room and then readjust the type of energy that you need to transform with the outcome that you're trying to obtain. So if that sounds like you piled 3, then this is your reading. Congratulations, you found your reading. I am actually going to be using my new tarot deck, which is called This Might Hurt, which is so interesting. Actually, I didn't think much of the title at first, but right now it's hitting. Right now it's definitely hidden. What makes pile number 3 unique, Spirit? Show me, please. I know it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew that either the King or Queen of Swords was going to be coming out. All right, pile 3 with the King of Swords. Again, what we're seeing is you're someone that is incredibly smart, sharp with their words, and able to communicate pretty, let's say, difficult subjects to other people. It's not something that takes a lot of energy for you. It's just kind of second nature. You could do this. I just heard like, you know, if you've been drinking, if you are, you know, whatever it is that you're doing, you are still, this is such second nature to you that you're able to actually have a pretty mentally stimulating conversation with pretty much anybody who's able to keep up with you. We have the Six of Swords, which is, you know, leaving something behind, kind of moving on and surrendering to what has happened, and kind of, it's a walking away of defeat, but it could also mean leaving things that no longer serve you and moving on to a better space. So that's the energy that you might be experiencing right now. What I want to see is okay, what I want to see is, let me see what happens after the Six of Swords, Spirit. Whoa. All right, we have the Empress. Now, this Empress could be you, or this Empress could be someone that you're dealing with, or someone that you will be dealing with in the future. I'm going to describe the Empress, and then you can kind of gauge, is this you? Is this someone else? If you're still confused, if it sounds like it could be you, or it could be someone that is in your life, it would be, then I would encourage you to look into what does mirroring look like, and if perhaps that's something that's going on with you guys. It's not like a bad thing or anything like that. It's just a way for you to see kind of like your behavior, bouncing it off of someone else, and for the Empress to come out and you to feel like that's a mirroring behavior. That's not a bad thing at all. That's not bad at all. All right, so for the Empress is somebody who is completely and fully, and by that I mean to the human aspect, right? Because nobody's perfect, nobody's 100% this, 100% that, nothing like that. But let's say for the sake of our discussion, this is somebody who is confident, somebody who is attractive, somebody who attractive. They don't have to be like this 10 out of 10. What I'm saying is there's something attractive about them. It could be their energy, could be their looks, but they attract things to them. They could be abundant, sharp. Let's think of the Empress as someone who embodies all four queens. So you have the Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. So this is someone that could be nurturing, someone that could be sexy, someone that could be intelligent, someone that could be very much in their power, very much owning who they are, and they don't really give a fuck who who is who thinks that they're not good enough to be in that pedestal, because they're gonna put themselves in that pedestal anyway, and you can go find your own pedestal. I'm not saying you can't be on your own pedestal, but this is mine, and I'm putting myself here, and I value myself, I love myself, and that shouldn't devalue you. That has nothing. You and I can both be empresses. I'm okay. This could be like same-sex situation. This could be. I do think it's more of like a feminine energy, but that doesn't mean that this is a woman. So there's so many men with feminine energy and divine feminine energy who are able to show up in the world, really showing everybody else what does it look like to accept your feminine energy, and not only accept it but thrive in it, and be like this amazing human being. So do not let these, it shouldn't even really be called feminine energy, to be honest. I don't think our language is evolved enough to actually truly have a word that could describe that kind of energy, but you know, we'll get there. We have the Page of Wands, which is going to be inspired action, but in a way that's like still in the beginning stages of like I'm kind of like walking in the dark here, and I'm still gonna follow the intuitive messages, or what my heart is telling me and what my body is telling me. There's this sort of like momentum and motivation and passion behind Page of Wands actions. They don't have that much information other than this is what I know I should be doing, and they take action quickly, and they take action without thinking too much about it. It could be a naive energy or immature, but sometimes that's kind of what it takes to get you out of a place that's not good for you. Ideally, this is something that you do when you know, you take inspired action. You think of like, okay, this could go wrong, I'm okay with those. If those things happen, I'm not really attached to the outcome. I think I should be doing this. You do it. So with the six of Swords, which is like walking away from something painful and really just ready to leave it behind, and then we hit the Empress. This could be you arriving to your Empress energy, which is huge. It's really an accomplishment, and I don't think that we value it enough, because someone that's the Empress, it really does showcase, not in a performative way, but it showcases like such beautiful parts of humanity, and how through struggle and through pain, still not allowing your heart to become bitter, or, and I hate that word bitter, because it has such a negative connotation as to like a shameful thing, but I think the better word would be something like not allow your heart to become heavy to where it's too hard to carry it, so you might just you know, leave it at home, or leave it in a box and put it under your bed, and try not to hear it cry at night, sort of thing. Oh. That's pretty dark. I'm sorry. I don't know. Well, I'm not sorry, you know. I'm channeling, but, and I'm not laughing if that's something that you're currently going to, or you've gone through. Sometimes it's necessary to not listen for a bit, but this is somebody who has truly taken a gentle approach with themselves, perhaps. You are somebody who really tries to make the world a better place than when you found it. It's very inspiring to be around you. I think sometimes people might assume and fill in a lot of blanks about who you were before they've met you in this Empress energy, and more often than not, they are very, very wrong about a lot of their assumptions. You might call them fan theories or lore, because there's really no the people who are meeting you at the stage of your life now, there's literally they would not even have the context nor the ability to understand the complexities of what it took for you to be here, what it took for you to be you. I think people might believe that this is who you've always been, and I'm really seeing someone clawing their way forward by digging their fingers onto the mud and like pulling their bodies forward. And I don't think a lot of people see that. They just don't even think that you would get your nails dirty. And they really have no freaking clue, which is kind of crazy. All right, Spirit. What makes pile 3 unique? Oh, one more, Spirit. The Hanged Man. Temperance. Nice. So with Temperance, this one's a pretty interesting image. You have somebody with their shirt open with like this arrow tattoo on their chest. You have the same arrow in a cup, but it has fire. Excuse me. And you have an arrow now pointing down in this cup of water. So as the water touches the fire touches the earth. You have this being with angel wings who is not just touching the earth, but they're also dipping their toes in the water. So it's this perfect culmination of what people would say opposites. This angel is able to balance all of these energies and hold on, not even hold on, but create space for them to be not in, I don't want it to feel like something that's like passive, like just steady and just holding, like there's no movement. This is that, yes, there's a balance, and that's why it's the Temperance card, but there is action in there. Like this is a pouring action, and this is a holding the cup while this one's pouring. You can't just pour like this. It has to be tilting. You have to hold your or balance your feet in order for you to be in these two spaces. But this person is making it seem like second nature, like my eyes are their eyes are literally closed, not even looking, and there's these perfect movements of balance. So yeah, I do think people might think that you make it look effortless, but I would challenge that belief and say that this took skill, and this took a lot of walking away from things that didn't serve you, and perhaps things that you didn't want to walk away from, things that you actually wanted to keep, but you knew that they weren't good for you, and you had to take that hard. So what I'm seeing is like someone walking away from something like their mom or something like that. Things that like it wasn't supposed to be that way. Like this wasn't supposed to end like this, but it did. And really stepping into your power after going through something like that, and really trusting yourself to guide you into this Empress energy. And then still retaining that innocence of wanting to take steps into adventure, wanting to take steps into joy is so beautiful. With the Temperance card and the Empress card. Oh, oops. I do think with these two being here, the Temperance really is just showing that you do try to stay balanced in these spaces. It's not like I'm better than you kind of thing. It's a I wish that you could feel about yourself the way that I feel about myself. I wish that you had as much compassion for yourself as I do for you and for myself. With the Hangman, perhaps people might think that your kind of thinking is out of the box, something that perspective that they didn't really think of before when you do express your ideas or your needs or wants or you know, where you're heading to next sort of thing. But it's an inspiring way of thinking. I think you inspire a lot of people by the way that you create ideas in your mind or are able to express those ideas. I think this is something that, as far as like skills go, I do think that this is a skill that you mastered, but I don't think that it was a skill that you didn't have before. I think this is something that you've learned how to do better, but I don't think that you could have like really escaped this skill of communication or being able to like flip things upside down and then like kind of pull them apart to truly understand how they work or how they could work differently, how they can work better, but better for you. It's doesn't sound like you're someone who tries to implement all these ideas, things, or whatever you got going on onto other people. It's more of like the concept portion, and then people can add in their specific details, and then you know, there's always room for growth or interpretation. Like these things aren't set in stone. There's constant flow of information and energy that it's about figuring out how they work together in this moment with these two people, and how even just switching one of these people, the energy is completely altered. Now it's like finding a new balance of how does this work now. Perhaps you're coming out of a relationship recently. I do think when it comes to what makes you unique, I think I want to say your resilience. That's one of the biggest things. Your resilience really does make you someone incredible, someone who you write a novel about, you know. I'm thinking of like Katniss Everdeen, like the girl on fire. I just wanted to say that. Katniss Everdeen. I am thinking of how this is somebody who would have never, sorry, I had to get some water, would have never been like, let me write a book about myself, but is someone who inspires that. I do think you would be someone that would write a book about themselves, and I do think that would be a really cool fucking book. Like just funny and witty and adventurous, and really get people thinking about themselves in a different way, in a better way, and thinking of the challenges that they've been through as something that they grew from, and not something that you know, took away from them because they didn't allow it, or be able to notice the beautiful blessings that came out of those really hard and difficult times. I do see that there's a connection to the divine for sure. You could be someone who is able to channel messages as well, someone who is able to just know things. Like there's I can't think of the clairvoyant, or like just the gift of knowing, and usually it's kind of harder for people who just know things sometimes for them to see where that information is coming from, because it could be, used in conjunction with like pattern recognition. It could be used in, with schooling, like being able to grasp concepts really quickly. But if you feel called to, take a look at some of the ways in which spirit gets information to you through just like knowing, perhaps your crown chakra, and see if that's something that feels familiar, would be the word. All right, pile number 3. Let's get messages from her. So with this deck, the goal is, well, there's no goal. There's really no rule to this. It could be, something that you feel like you want to work on, not like it's wrong right now, but something that you want to focus on next. Or it could be someone that's special to you, or it could be just a message from spirit reminding you of something. All right, spirit, can I get a card for pile number 3, please, spirit? Can I get a card for pile number 3, please, spirit? Oh my God. Earth Guardian. That's a good one. Okay. Put her right here. Oh, I really hope that's in frame. Oh, you know what? I don't think you can see the bottom. Yep. All right, Rachel Carson. From 1907 to 1964, perhaps those numbers are important to you. The more clearly we can focus our attention on the wonders and realities of the universe about us, the less taste we will have for destruction. Whoa. Meaning, Earth Guardian. Mother Earth is calling you to her. Spend time in her rivers, lakes, and oceans. Nourish your senses with her lush and vibrant life. She feels that you are out of balance, and so is she. Connect with her so that she may help you. She needs to go help her. She needs you to help her in return. Make time to place your bare feet on the ground. Breathe deeply and take in your surroundings. Listen to the sounds, take in the colors and smells. This will bring you balance to your life and soothe your body's ailments. Earth needs you to step up. This can be as small as picking one piece of trash a day, or as great as starting a business or nonprofit that supports environmental causes. Buy goods that are made in harmony with the environment and other non-human animals that live there. Remember, this entire earth is your home. You are responsible for caring for it. Alternate meaning, technology. Get off that computer, that phone, or any other device. You need a tech break. Make time for when your phone isn't with you. Trade your electronic time for nature or for human connection. Use it. Don't let it use you. Her story. Born deeply connected to the earth, Rachel spent her childhood roaming her family's 65-acre farm in Pennsylvania, often preferring the company of animals to that of humans. A natural writer, she published her first story at age 10. She graduated at the top of her class. Oh my God, she published her first story at age 10? I'm sure that I have some writers in this pile for sure. Lost. She graduated at the top of her class, then went on to earn a bachelor's in biology at Pennsylvania College for Women. Focused on environmental learning. She went to Johns Hopkins for her master's in science in 1934, en route to getting her doctorate. The Great Depression struck, and Rachel moved. She moved home to support her family. Destiny kept her on track when a temp job writing a radio copy for a weekly series called Romance Under the Sea opened at the U.S. Bureau of Fisheries. Many writers had tried and failed to generate public excitement with the series, but Rachel's passion for biology and imaginative writing made all the difference. At the end of the contract, she was hired full-time, only the second woman to fill a permanent position at the Bureau. She spent her days in the field collecting and assessing data, then writing brochures and other literature. Soon came book writing, and in 1941 she published Under the Sea Wind, the first in a trilogy of books that explored sea life in depth. Her next book, The Sea Around Us, examined the formation of the earth, moon, and seas, for which she won a U.S. National Book Award and became the public voice for support of the sciences. She completed the trilogy with The Edge of the Sea. Next, she began to examine the increasingly popular use of pesticides, which she discovered were biocides, substances capable of killing all life, not just pests. In 1962, after years of research, she published Silent Spring, which placed a national spotlight on environmental issues. She was met with heavy criticism from chemical companies, but Silent Spring led to U.S. policy reform and ban of the toxic chemical DDT. Silent Spring created a grassroots movement which birthed the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, making Rachel the mother of U.S. environmentalism. 2 years after Silent Spring was published, Rachel Carson passed away, but her mission lives on in the movements she spurred. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm like ESL. I'm sorry. Through her love of the earth. For her great work, she was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1980. Thanks to this woman for her tireless work to protect the earth and all of its creatures. What a freaking boss. What a freaking boss. This Page of Wands energy, I mean, really is such a treasure to have with like this balanced energy and different perspective kind of stuff, because even though it might get you in trouble sometimes, I do think that it allows you to step into your power and create things out of pure inspiration. And I do think, literally, she's holding a book. There is definitely writers in this pile. If I have some writers in here, or someone who's creating something, literally anything, actually, at this point, what I care about is that there's beautiful human beings who have seen and been in really like tough situations, and tough is putting it lightly, and we're able to create and bring out the raw power of what is in their soul, and then they're able to put this into arts, like I don't know, like anime. Like, are you kidding? Anime is one of the greatest things in our lives, for those who watch them. Even just like cartoons or books or films, songs, like all these oh my god, this person has a ukulele. That's just, this is a pretty badass freaking, you know what this looks like? This looks like an autograph. Like, this is something that like a famous person would do, just like write like that. Like, okay, if you guys are famous, you guys can put like a little star, and if you guys are gonna be famous in the future, also put a star. And if you guys were famous in the past but not anymore, also leave a star. I'm so happy to have been able to read for you pile 3. The last thing we're gonna be pulling for you is going to be magical messages from the universe. Just kind of really wrap this up for you, and make sure that you understand how special you are. Make sure that you understand how brave and badass you've been. Even if you didn't change from here on out, which you really will. It's almost inevitable for you. It's like second nature to you. You would have still been such a badass rock star because of the things that you have already transformed in your life. Okay. Spirit, can I get a magical message for pile number 3? Ah. How many is this? Dos. Okay. No. Just kidding. No. You don't break that easily anymore. Instead, you use things as fuel, like an alchemist. Ah! Oh my god, dude. That's literally what we've been saying this whole time. That's amazing. I just want to see this one more time. That's what the picture looks like in the back. It's so freaking cool. Look at how... Okay, I've never noticed this before, but the bees actually say FCK, which I'm pretty sure it means fuck. That's awesome. I love that. We're going to put this right here on top of the 6 of Swords. No, you don't break that easily anymore. Instead, you use things as fuel. You just like, these challenges. Like, let me get my motivation. Stop underestimating. It's so funny because most of these start like, no, and stop. It's crazy. But like, I think that's like the King of Swords energy where it's very like, hey, I love you. Stop underestimating your magic. There are treasures within you wanting to be discovered, to be shared, to be shared. Rachel Carson, I'm going to, I don't know where to put this next to you or something. Right here. Stop underestimating your magic. This is magic, dude. You're magic. There are treasures within you wanting to be discovered and to be shared. That was amazing. Pile number 3, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I am so grateful that you're here. I am so excited to see what you create next. I am so excited that you're even, checking out this video. Thank you so much. If that resonated or if that was special to you as well, please leave me a like or a comment. It really helps my channel so that I'm able to do more videos like this for you guys. I really, really enjoy this. This is something that brings me joy and makes me feel connected to you guys. And I really, really, really love that. And it's super, super special for me. And I'm just feeling super grateful. So thank you for being here. And I cannot wait to see you guys next time. Bye.